Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. 39-year-old Ryan Chamberlin in the dark gray sweatshirt will spend 5 years in jail following a judge's ruling in Swift Current Provincial Court on Wednesday. As tourism operators look forward to another busy summer across Saskatchewan, those in the industry are actively looking to attract more visitors from abroad. A capacity crowd gathered at the Sky Centre in Swift Current on Tuesday for the 11th annual Canadian Mental Health Association's Mayor's Luncheon. Thanks for joining us here today. A Cabri man is off to jail following charges of sexual assault against 4 youth in southern Saskatchewan. We have more in today's top story. 39-year-old Ryan Chamberlin in the dark gray sweatshirt will spend 5 years in jail following a judge's ruling in Swift Current Provincial Court on Wednesday. Back in April, Chamberlin pled guilty to 3 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of sexual immorality and endangering the morals of a child. The packed courtroom of family, friends, and community members heard the ruling by the judge, as the accused Ryan Chamberlin stood with his head down and shaking in the prisoner's box. Judge Carl Bazin took into consideration the joint submission by the Crown and the defense, along with Chamberlain's previous sexual assault on a 5-year-old boy in BC in 1998, and his then jail term of 4 months. Also, the most recent incidents across southern Saskatchewan, which occurred between September of 1994 and February of 2015, when Chamberlin assaulted 4 youth through his involvement as a hockey, baseball, and volleyball coach. In addition to the 5-year jail sentence, the judge ordered a lifetime enrollment in the National Sex Offender Registry, no access to public parks, community centers, daycares, etc., where youth may be located, not to seek employment or volunteer work where youth under the age of 16 are located, a weapons ban for 20 years after his jail term, and DNA samples on demand for life. As difficult as the case was to be brought before the court with victims and families seeking justice, Judge Bazin stated these 4 youth were extremely brave in coming forward. And the fact that victims of any age are willing to contact the authorities of such sexual crimes should be a deterrent to those contemplating sexually assaulting children in the future. And due to a publication ban by the court on this particular case to protect the youth victims, no further details of the victims' ages, their family's identity, or details of the sexual assaults can be published. As another summer season approaches, marketing continues to be a key focus for tourism operators across Saskatchewan. As tourism operators look forward to another busy summer across Saskatchewan, those in the industry are actively looking to attract more visitors from abroad. The recent 49 by 110 Spring Conference in Swift Current was a time to share ideas and plans to get more local residents to experience what's in their backyard here in Saskatchewan, and to help spread the word to family and friends across the country and around the world. All starting with a new promotional campaign from Tourism Saskatchewan.
We're looking at it as a 5-year campaign, really trying to make an emotional connection with our audiences. So in the past, where we used travel logs to show a bunch of fun things you can see and do here, it's great, but it doesn't really connect the same way emotionally maybe with people that we want to. So we want people to feel a certain way about Saskatchewan, whether they're from here or whether they are from somewhere else and want to visit here. We want them to feel this is a pretty special place.
Here in the Southwest, organizations like Tourism Swift Current are also expanding their outreach to visitors by using a variety of forms of promotion, from brochures and social media to other advertising, and attending trade shows, including plans to attend Agribition this fall in Regina. A concept which Executive Director Lee Friesen says embarks on creating a sense of excitement to visit Southwest Saskatchewan year-round.
A large part of it is summer-based. We're seeking to extend the summer anytime you can do that. We have wonderful falls here in the Southwest. It's a great time to explore Southwest Saskatchewan. And one of the things we hope that the CCA rodeo will do is extend that fall season. When you take the elements of an urban rural city like Swift Current and you add it to the destination area, which includes Cypress Hills, Grasslands, Fort Walsh, all of those elements, they combine to become the package. And if you look at that package as a whole, we really are becoming attractive in the province.
The 2015 tourism season will kick off during the May-long weekend as campgrounds and other sites officially open. More details on what the Southwest and the entire province of Saskatchewan has to offer are available online.
I'm really enjoying it here. I always did like Swift Current. This is kiting paradise.
The 11th annual Canadian Mental Health Association's Mayor's Luncheon in Swift Current was another success. We have more in this report. A capacity crowd gathered at the Sky Centre in Swift Current on Tuesday for the 11th annual Canadian Mental Health Association's Mayor's Luncheon. The event is the main fundraiser for the Swift Current branch, which offers a variety of outreach programs to local residents on a daily basis through meals, education, social, and recreational programming. And with more individuals being diagnosed with some form of mental illness each year, the Swift Current branch appreciates the continued support of the community.
Do you know, I think I live in the nicest city in Saskatchewan. You know, it's just a lovely place to live and such nice supportive people here. I feel blessed to be part of it. Our budget usually is about $200,000 a year. We get about $145,000 from the health region, that's funneled through the health region. We get about 10 or 15 from United Way, and then the rest we fundraise for, get grant money for.
The highlight of the luncheon was a presentation by keynote speaker Brett Francis. This 24-year-old businesswoman originally from Swift Current now calls Saskatoon home and is busy with various speaking engagements, authoring her book Overcoming the Odds, and producing a TV series with Access Communications on mental health. She shared her own personal experience with being diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome when she was 6 years old and severe ADHD, and then later OCD and panic disorder. Now free of all medications since she was 19, Frances hopes to encourage others suffering from anxiety or other forms of mental illness that there is a light at the end of the tunnel and that the sky's the limit when it comes to reaching your dreams. But it all starts with realizing you need to seek help from such organizations as the Canadian Mental Health Association.
I would say getting support from people who really understand. So like those community programs or somebody who goes through it on their own. I would say avoid talking to people that don't understand. I mean, people that are close to you can be supportive, but you know, the first step would be going to somebody who has firsthand experience with what you're going through, because they give you the most hope. The hardest part for me was accepting that and not being embarrassed about it anymore, and admitting to myself that I was a victim of it. That was by far the hardest. And once you overcome that hurdle, large hurdle, once you overcome that, then it's just easy breezy after that. But the biggest part is accepting it and learning, you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to do it.
According to stats from the Canadian Mental Health Association, in any given year, approximately 200,000 people will have a diagnosable mental disorder, with 75,000 suffering from depression, and less than 50% of those individuals will seek treatment. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.